Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
We'll get you back to your regularly scheduled podcast in just a minute, but we wanted to introduce ourselves. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Blake on this highly produced advertisement.
That's right. It's the History of Bad Ideas, a.k.a. Hobie. You can find us on Twitter at Bad Ideas Podcast and on Facebook at the History of Bad Ideas. But if you like a podcast roundtable with 3 to 5 guests, usually every week, depending on sick leave, talking about all things geek, including movies,
TV.
I ain't getting paid for this shit.
Blake bitching about something and ranting, and comic books and anything else that we can think of. We have a top 5 list every week, along with a box office news, and somehow we have listeners. So they send us some feedback we answer every week. You can find us on iTunes,
Stitcher,
Facebook,
Spotify,
and any good podcast app, because if you can't find us on that podcast app, it's not a good podcast app.
Damn straight. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 413.
Sexiest podcast in the network. Goddamn, feels good to be back on the mic, Brian.
Right. Yep. I'm sure everybody knew as soon as they didn't hear, a little sexy intro music there, because that's Heno's go-to now, so,
Well, it's like exciting, like entrance music.
Yeah, he has a very, very, odd choice in, entrance music, you know. Because I'm picturing, you know, like baseball players, when they walk to the plate, they get to pick what song is played at home.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just picturing, you know, as he's walking up, it's just some sexy thing.
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
The announcer gets real low. Coming to the plate.
Oh, yeah. Coming to the plate. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Or,
Makes
you know.
think of Major League. Wow, dang.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness, dude. So I thought I was going to have, well, I mean, I guess this is a very early shut up and take my money, but it's not on purpose.
There you go.
Shut up and take my money.
I saw, I can't remember what brand or what company it is now. I keep seeing ads for it though. And they've got, I saw they had a hat that's of the team from, like the minor league team or whatever from minor league or major league. I'm sorry, or not
Oh, really?
God damn it. I can't talk.
Wait, weren't they the Indians?
Hold on.
All right.
Not the team from the logo. I'm sorry. Like the baseball with the
Oh.
mohawk and shit.
And the sunglasses on
Yes.
and shit?
They had a hat and I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, it's only snapback. And my big head don't do snapbacks. So.
Do they make little snapback extenders? Like a seatbelt extender kind of, but for a big melon.
You know what's weird to me is that snapbacks became a thing with, you know, people again. And I just wonder how large-headed folk like me, like, what they're doing. Because seriously, like for me, I'm on like the next to last snap or the last snap on that thing. It looks ridiculous. So I just don't understand. I don't know. Whatever.
Now, what if they made snapbacks that were like, I don't know, had more fabric in them so they didn't look ridiculous?
I would be fine with that. The problem is really that opening in the back, because that's what ends up looking ridiculous with the being on the last snap. Also, in fairness, by being on that last snap when it's on your head, it doesn't feel like it's secure. Like it feels like you, you know, if you move, it's just going to fall off your head, basically.
It now has a pivot point.
Yes. Right.
You know?
Yeah. So it's no bueno. But I was still,
there you go. There's your $1 million idea.
Yeah.
Snapbacks for dudes with big heads.
Seriously. Because I know I'm not alone in this, you know?
Yeah, there's all kinds of, you know, large domed people out
Yeah.
there.
Well, that's why it was like, when I was starting to go bald, I didn't want to wear them because, you know, it was like, hey, look at the bald spot on my head kind of thing, you know?
Let me highlight this with circle
right?
of fabric.
Yeah. I mean, and also I never liked them because, you know, you get that stupid window in the back of your head from the sun.
Right.
But yeah, I just never really cared for them. Like after I put on my first fitted hat, it's been fitted hats pretty much ever since for me.
Fitted for life.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like it's all stretch fit or fitted. Everything I wear is one or the other. I don't deal with the snapbacks.
I celebrate all the hats.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've got the size head you can do that though.
This is true.
You know,
this is true.
I mean, that'd be, you know, the same as, you know.
I'm an off the rack hat buyer.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Which is not a joke because almost every time I go into Lids to buy like an Indians hat, like a fitted one, I have to order it online because a lot of times they don't have my size because they only get like one or two of them in.
Do you get the ones that look like go down the middle of your back? It's covered in feathers and shit.
Yeah, of course. No.
It's got to be expensive.
Yeah. Nothing makes me happier than cultural appropriation, you know?
Of course.
Like,
that should be a shirt.
I just can't get enough of that.
I know, right?
Well, it actually, because, I've gotten to where it's like, what stings for me is I've got a bunch of Indians hats for over the years. And now I don't wear any of them because they all have Chief Wahoo on them. And that was before I was woke. So, I didn't realize how offensive it was to people because I was just, white privilege. You just.
We bask in white privilege on a daily basis.
Yeah. Well, we just don't get that. We don't understand that until it's really thrust in our face. And then we're like, oh, wow, okay, yeah, I don't want to be on board with this. So, I finally got myself one that's just got the new C logo on it, which always leads to, what's the C stand for? because nobody recognizes it as the Indian C. You know, like if
Really?
you see the Cubs hat with the C, everybody knows it's the Cubs. Like
Yeah.
pretty much. It's an iconic logo. The Indians used this C like years ago. It's an old logo. You know, before teams really had logos, pretty much.
Yeah, they're just like, you know, yeah, they just had letters. Graphic design wasn't a thing.
Well, it was. It was just typography only.
Yeah,
Like
for
pictures. Do you know how long that's going to take to hand sew?
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
We don't have that many children here. They're all off doing other things.
Yeah, this is little Timmy just got his scalp ripped out in the loom.
Yeah.
He's on leave.
No snapbacks for him.
Yeah, no. Maybe a scalpback.
Ouch. Scalpback. Oh, God.
It's a wig that, you know, it can adjust it with snaps on the inside.
What a terrible idea. Oh, my God. Now I'm picturing me wearing a toupee that's on the last snap.
It's barely hanging on.
Right. Which would probably be the case because I'm sure it would say one size fits all, which has always been bullshit. It should at least say most, you know, and some of them have switched to that, but there's still, I saw some snapback the other day and it says one size fits all. And I'm like, it'll fit.
Like, challenge accepted.
Yeah. Like, look, I could wear stretch pants. It's just not a good idea though. You know, I can squeeze into them, but ain't nobody want to see that. You know?
Right.
It's like a bag of squirrels fighting each other, you know?
Accurate.
And so, yeah, it's, yeah. So bullshit, I say to you, scalpback, Jesus. Snapback industry.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, it's funny. The scalpback thing reminds me of, do you remember how I used to say I wanted to make, toupees? They had bald spots.
Oh, yeah.
Because then people will be like, God, that's a horrible looking haircut, but it's got a bald spot, so it has to be real.
Yeah, exactly, right.
You know? Yeah. But
I always thought that was a brilliant idea.
You just came up with the next evolution of it.
Yeah.
The snapback version. Mine was the fitted version.
Yeah, for sure, right? It's like, it's like
shit.
On purpose missing some questions on a test and you're cheating.
Right.
You know, that's all that is.
Yep, exactly.
Sometimes
deflection.
you gotta take the hit to make it look real.
Yep. Throwing a hand at the old blackjack table once in a while, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So they don't realize you're counting cards.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're talking here, Brian. Now we're talking.
Pro tip, they're going to know you were counting cards.
Yeah, they'll always know.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason why they're all billionaires and we're not.
Right.
Just saying.
Wait, it's not because their games are not rigged at all and are...
No, they're for sure honest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the name of my casino. The For Sure Honest Casino.
Yeah, for sure we're honest casino.
Oh, man.
I finally, I don't even know if I talked about it on the show. I can't remember because it's been so long now.
Yeah.
But I finally went to the casino we have around here.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
That took $40 of me because I'm like, I'm not losing a shitload of money.
Right.
I lost that first 20 so fast, I kept the second 20.
Ooh, I just
like,
blew
this
the
is
board.
ridiculous.
Would you just walk up and be like, $120 chip, please?
Yes, please. Well, it's like I did some slots, and then they had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never played roulette.
Okay.
You know, and they have like an actual roulette table, or they have all these like kiosks.
Yeah.
And they have a roulette table that has a camera on it. You can just bet digitally.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh fuck, I'll do that.
Now you bet on black, right?
Well, of course,
because
I did.
Yeah, okay. Because financial information from Wesley Snipes has always been reliable.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you know, if roulette, you can spread your bets out. I'm like, surely I'll win something.
Wrong, and don't call me Shirley.
Lost everything. I'm like, yep, it's time to be done.
Yeah.
This is why Tony gambles very seldomly.
Yeah. The last time I was at a casino, all I played was blackjack. I walked in with $75. I walked out with 60, and I felt like that was a win. So
You're not losing that much. So.
Yeah. And that was the thing, is I walked in knowing, like, well, if I walk out with zero, I'm okay, you know. Like I'm not mortgaging the house or, you know, trading a car or anything in there. putting someone's firstborn up, pretending they're my own, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Mhm.
the old, this is the money I came here to lose.
Yeah. It's really the way to look at it,
Yeah.
But my
And
intention,
if you don't, more power to you.
yeah, my intention always, and I did before. I've won a few times, but it's never anything crazy because I don't bet crazy, so
Yeah,
you're not going to win a lot.
Bet crazy.
Yeah, exactly, or just hit a long shot or something. But yeah, most of the time I'm like walking with like $50, and it's like if you win 100, you take 50 and you put it back in your wallet and say, okay, this goes home with me. That way, it's a wash at worst,
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I haven't done that in a long time. Mainly because I haven't had the money to, but also because I've been like, yeah, it's just not in your favor. It's so rigged against you,
I just don't have that gambling bug. That
I don't either.
have.
Yeah, like I like blackjack, but after a few hands, I'm like, all right, I'm good. I don't want to sit all night playing poker. Poker's fine. I just don't want to sit for hours playing it.
Although I have heard through the grapevine that GTA Online is going to introduce casinos.
That's so
that you
smart.
You can go in and play because you have money and your characters have money.
Yeah.
So you can go in and gamble.
Man, that's an iffy topic. Because if you can buy cash, which I know you can for the game, you can buy the shark card or whatever they call it, and it gives you a bunch of money. That could get some people in some real trouble,
Well, I mean,
unless the game caps you,
I was like, the thing about Rockstar is, they're usually pretty smart about their shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's so brilliant if they can get it to basically not feed into people who are gambling addicts,
Yeah.
Because it's just a way to milk more money out of the online people, which
for sure
is super smart. And I'm not gonna lie, if I had money in the game, I would probably go to the casino in the game.
I mean,
I played poker in Red Dead.
You do one online match, you get $5,000 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go to the casino and play some blackjack for a few hours or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I could see doing that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I used to sit and play poker in Red Dead, the first one.
Oh, yeah.
I probably played more poker than I did the actual game.
Right.
So, I get it. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be down for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that'd be really cool if you could, buy a casino and then make money off of it.
That would be awesome. Yeah. I don't know.
Which wouldn't surprise me if they did that too.
As long as it's in-game money, yes.
Well, yeah, for sure. All in-game.
Okay.
If it bleeds into the real world, then you're probably going to have problems.
Yeah, well, then you have tax issues and stuff as well.
For sure.
Yeah. That actually would be all right if they added casinos and then made it to where you could buy them, because they need to be ungodly expensive.
Do you want to hear something crazy? Speaking of GTA, because I was talking to Logan, told me about the casinos.
Okay.
Are you aware that there's Grand Theft Auto servers
Yep.
that are role-playing servers?
I am, because Fluffy Bunny Ash told me about them. I kept meaning to tell you about them, and I forgot. So I'm glad you brought them.
my mind.
Yep.
That people log on and they're police officers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even what?
Yeah, and you play that character out. Yeah.
And people will drive around and obey the traffic laws. If you get killed, you have to wait for the medics to show up.
Yep. And there's a prioritizing for if the server's pretty much full and two people are trying to get in and one's a police officer and one's just a random schlub and they're, low on police officers, they'll get priority essentially, so you can.
Who has that kind of fucking time?
I don't know, man. I don't know. The way I kind of look at it is it's like playing The Sims, but then you also are throwing in the who knows what's going to happen because other people are playing. My question is, all right, if you play online poker, there's always that asshole that goes all in every time.
That's true.
So that's what I want to know is what are the most asshole things people do on those servers?
That's a good question.
Because I'm sure you get banned, but there's still going to be people doing dumb shit,
I mean, because I can't imagine we would ever drop into one of those servers when we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine if you did, and you hear through your headset like, "Stop! Pull over!"
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
my
no.
instinct would be to go faster because I'm playing
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly. And do a handbrake turn and fly at them head first,
Right? Yeah.
shooting out the side window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. Is like I kind of want to dig into it a little bit to find out like some of the nuance of it. Like, are there gangs of criminals or whatever that go around? Are there, just the different subtypes in the game? Because, yeah, I mean, playing is some of the things I could get, but like I wouldn't want to be somebody who works at. Oh wow, I can't think of any of the restaurants now. But one of the restaurants or something in the game.
Yeah, you're in like like the Binko or whatever, the low end clothing store is.
Yeah.
As a clerk.
Yeah, they just randomly roll you up, or like on Futurama, where they just assign your profession, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're like, all right, let's go, and they're like, street sweeper.
Yeah, like, oh, I can't wait to drop into this GTA role playing server. Oh God, I'm the train conductor. Shit.
Like, wait, isn't that automated? Exactly.
Exactly. You just sit there in the window and watch.
Oh. Yeah, telling stories of how you used to run that train. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Which in GTA would turn into a much different thing, I'm sure.
Oh, well, yeah, accurate. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy,
like,
isn't it?
I'm all for like friends that want to like have a gang together,
Sure.
or if you're in Red Dead, have a posse and you ride around, you tear
shoot them up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're like, oh well, I'm gonna play Steve the paramedic today. Just don't get it.
Damn it! Why's it got to be Steve? Why can't he have a cool name?
Perry the paramedic.
That seems too Stan Lee made.
True,
That's like some weird character he would have made in the like 50s or something.
How about Thaddeus the paramedic?
Thaddeus, yes, he's Thaddeus, and don't call him Thad.
Don't call him Thad.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I'm in.
Now you're in.
I need a guy that's got a little story
character.
to him. I can't just have some Steve,
Fair enough. No offense, Steve.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, Steve. Look, if the guy's name was Brian, I'd feel the same way. I'm like, hey, you got to give me something with some meat, Like,
yeah, true.
Like I need to feel like there's a story to this guy. That's my other thing is like since you're doing these role plays, is like do people like come up with backstories for their characters and whatnot? Like I'm playing this guy this way because he's got a history of this or whatever, or is it just you play it forward?
I would love to kind of like get a little inside,
Yeah, without actually
baseball on it.
Yeah, without actually playing it.
Without it, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I thought about watching it because I know you can watch it on Twitch.
Oh, well, that would be a way to. I think I would just get annoyed though.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's no way it can be that interesting.
Oh, here we go. I found an article that says, "What is GTA roleplay?"
Oh, beautiful.
Let's see if I can find just some talking points on here.
Right. Don't get me wrong. I love playing GTA, but I like it for the nonsense.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe I'm not playing it online right. I don't know, but it's just I like just having fun.
No, I think you're playing it right.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was getting worried.
Yeah, it says you might spawn into the server as a criminal you've come accustomed to playing, or you could take the role of the lead of a notorious gang. But equally, you may just as easily be something as mundane as a chauffeur. Wow. Shots fired, Tony.
Yeah, right?
Or even a milkman.
Did you say a milkman?
Yeah. Yeah, it says each and every server is different, but some are more strict than others. You essentially have to play by the rules and stick to your assigned role, but that rarely seems to happen.
Oh, at least there's that.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
Yeah, that's about all it tells. It really doesn't give much on it. I was hoping for a little more than that, but it's basically, a Steve of an article, so... no meat to it, Again, sorry, Steve.
So basically, you hop in the server. You don't know who you're playing. You just get spawned as a character.
That's the way that sounds. I don't know for sure.
And you're like, well, you can either, be the milkman, or you can just be like, well, now that I'm in this milk truck, I'm going to run over everybody on Vespucci Beach.
Yes, let's hope.
Yeah. Bizarre world.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm
good.
I'm scrolling, still trying to find out information.
Yeah,
because I'm so curious.
It always fascinates me how, humans will, here's this amazing game laid out before you, and then someone's always got to be like, well, why don't we play it like this?
Mm-hmm.
I know they set up all these cool, this cool world and all these rules and regulations, but let's D&D it now.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't mad at it, because it's no different than, people, that's how, oh shit, what was that game called in Halo that people were playing for a while? It's a totally created, game.
Oh, Griffball or
Griffball,
whatever.
There you go, yeah.
And then Bungie introduced it finally as an actual thing.
Right, so it's like, I'm not mad at stuff like that, or the way, especially now with a lot of the games where you can upload, your game type, for, some of the Call of Duty games or whatever, where you can, choose rules, or we used to play with just bazookas on small boards on Halo,
Yeah. Good time.
Or we'd play, swords, or shotties,
Right.
or whatever, so, yeah, so I don't mind that stuff, but it just seems like such a...
It's like when you hear people play Skyrim, and they're like, I'm going to role play this.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't fast travel. They walk or ride their horse everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm always just like, I get it because it's a beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, fuck, man. It just takes too much time.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, yeah.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love the little Hearthstone expansion where you can build a house and decorate it and all that. But I did that because, oh, cool, I have this sweet greenhouse where I could grow all these poisonous herbs now.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just weird. People are strange, right, Bill?
This is weird. I don't think this is what I thought it was.
Oh, are you on the dark web? Are you trying to order, illegal drugs and weaponry?
They're only illegal if you get caught, Tony.
That's true.
No, I actually, excuse me. It's an article on Polygon.com that's the life of a Grand Theft Auto role player.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have that in the show notes in case somebody wants to read it.
Is the article empty like their life?
Ouch. No.
Burn.
Yeah. I guess it's it's really no worse than somebody playing WoW or something like that.
Well, I guess
it's just a role play.
With WoW, there's quests and stuff and dungeons you go raid with your friends.
Yeah, you could raid dungeons in this too.
I know there is heists and stuff you can pull, but if you spawn in as Bernard the Milkman,
thank you.
Are you really going to be doing a heist? Or are you going to be trying to bone old lady Miss Thatcher up the road?
Why can't it be both?
Why can't it be
the
both?
heist is boning Miss Thatcher up the road.
She's trying to steal that pussy. What?
I've got 2 deliveries for you.
Yeah, right. Exactly, right? And creepy.
Oh, for sure. For sure. All right, well, now that we've taken a significant detour that way, so how was your vacation?
Oh, man. It's fucking great, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking great. People talk shit about Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. I understand by the border, that's where you could probably get your head lopped off.
Yeah.
But down where, down in the Cancun, in the Maya Riviera, down where I was at, dude, it's beautiful. The people are amazing.
I'm just glad you didn't go to the Dominican Republic. Jesus.
Yeah, no shit.
Fucking A.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Although I hear flights there are super cheap right now. So
really?
We could go.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
Let me see here. I'm gonna look up how much they are. Round trip flight Dominican Republic.
Hey, honey, I got a vacation planned. Let's
see here. See what they say.
Yeah, if your significant other, partner, whatever you want to call it, comes at you with Dominican Republic tickets right now,
Bro.
know that something is afoot.
On kayak.com, I can get flights to Dominican Republic for $199 round trip.
Why is it round trip?
Yeah.
Is that to fly the body back?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, it was incredible. I mean, pull my little thing here. It's like almost a 4-hour flight. It's really not that far.
Okay.
Considering you're, south of Cuba, basically.
Oh my. All right.
But I mean, it's really not. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not that far. And then we're at this nice resort, which is the kind of like when they leave a bunch of trees. Like you literally have to drive through the jungle and then you get to it, which is cool.
And then you have the "Welcome to Jurassic Park" moment, right?
Oh, dude, I actually have a Jurassic Park reference. I'll get to in a bit.
Oh boy,
I very much enjoyed.
I can't wait to see which one it is.
Right. But it's like where we stayed, because, the only time I've ever done anything like this before was in Jamaica. That was a really small, resort.
Yeah.
This place was, it was like 3 resorts all connected together. So it's fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like 15 different restaurants you can pick from.
Oh, wow.
It was enormous.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like the place we stayed, then it was like the high-end place, and then next to that was a family one.
Mm-hmm.
So everywhere else is no kids, but the family one there's kids. So we're like, fuck that. We're going to stay away from there.
Yeah, amen to that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you got kids with you, there's no real reason to want to stay there,
Well, they got restaurants in there that we have access to if we want to.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah, but we're like, nah, there's so much to choose from. It's like, nah.
Right.
But we actually, really lucked out because we got to stay in, a members-only area.
Nice. Did it come with jackets?
I wish.
Damn it.
Robes.
Dude, robes with those on them.
The satin outside.
Yeah. And the things up on the shoulders.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome, dude. Yeah, this whole members thing though, the rooms are bigger. I don't know, and we had no idea. And then some our concierge, because you do get a concierge no matter what. It's you can, because you have to put in. Well, you don't have to, but certain restaurants you have to have reservations to go eat at.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you got to talk to him. He lines you up with stuff. Actually, great dude. Jacob just had a baby. Great dude.
Wow.
But he's like, so yeah, what's your member number? And we're like, what? And he's like, how are you over here? And he starts looking. He's like, oh, you guys lucked out. You just happened to get because I don't know why we just happened to get this room.
Wow, nice. So it's like getting first class once in a while.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
just get
The
bumped
only thing
up.
we didn't get is you're supposed to have if we were members of this travel club, which they tried to get us into, which for 10 years was $30,000.
Whoa.
Yeah, and granted you get cheap travel, but
nah.
I don't have that kind of extra money.
Yeah, we're talking dollars, right? Not pesos.
Yeah, dollars, not pesos. Because we sat through the sales pitch, so we get a nice dinner on the beach, kind of thing,
Right.
It was one of those things all right, I'll take this beating so I can get this reward.
Yeah, the whole time the guy's talking, you're just on your phone.
It was pretty accurate.
Oh, I'm moving money around. Yeah.
But man, but this place next, because I'll probably go again. I'm gonna try to bring people with me because they have these suites that are swim up suites. So you just instead of you have a little back deck and then just you take a little 1/2-inch step down, you're in a pool.
Oh, okay.
And then all the pools are connected with lazy rivers.
Oh, all right.
So once you're into that, you can just kind of walk through the water to the bigger pool, and there's a pool bar, and
Jeez, that's a lot of pool.
It's so much pool. Because I mean, the only thing that I was kind of a bummer because I love the ocean, but because of global warming, they're having a really bad seaweed problem.
Sweet. So you went swimming?
No, I did get in the water.
Came out looking like Swamp Thing.
That's basically it. And dude, I felt so bad watching these poor Mexican people because every day they're out there from the crack of dawn to 3 p.m. cleaning the fresh batch of seaweed that comes in.
Wow.
And it's, I mean.
And then it's being served as spinach in one of the restaurants, probably.
Exactly. The amount of work was lunacy.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at chair on the beach with beer, and I'm like, oh god, I need to move.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, I just got a drunken text from my buddy. You know how that goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. All right. So yeah, we get down there, get her room. You know, it's the first time like Michelle's ever done anything like this. She never traveled at all, but not out of the country, I should say.
Yeah.
So she was kind of like, she's anxious.
Sure.
A little anxiety, but once you're there, it's like, because she was going to tell me, she's like, what are we going to do for 7 days? I'm like, nothing. That's the key.
Yeah.
You're going to relax. You know,
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing we got to do.
You're going to drink and stare at the water. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you do.
Yeah.
And like, man, those swim up suites though, I want to get a couple people because they're all connected. Because our neighbors below us, the first batch we had were just party animals. You know, we showed up and I hear like, music jamming down there and they're like, woo! Or just, and they close the pools at a certain time.
Yeah.
But your little like personal pool, you can just be in all night if you want.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Right. And then, I don't know, those people left, and the people that came in after them, though, Jesus, they were there for a wedding, which I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of fucking people there, and they were all from like West Virginia. Jesus Christ, dude! Like I've never heard louder, twangier country music. This one drunken woman, what we're gonna call her Spaghetti Woman. And I'll get to that in a second.
All right.
She's just downstairs because I kept hearing this noise, so I opened up like a little sliding glass door, and I just keep hearing Ronnie, and she just yells the whole time when she's there. Thank God we're only there a few more days when these people are.
Well, when someone's out at Shoring, you gotta holler for them.
Dude, it was intense, and we were recovering from earlier in that week we had a nice little breakfast. Like, let's go to the pool, sunscreen up, go to the pool. Got blotto.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember getting back to the room.
Oh, boy.
Blotto.
Yeah.
Hammered. Woke up at like 11:30 at night. Missed lunch, missed dinner.
Wow.
Fucking roasted. Sunburned.
Oh,
all
I'm
the
sure.
hell.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. That was not a good. I mean, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I had the GoPro, so there's all kinds of, I just let it float in the pool and take pictures and shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah. That was a little rough.
Yeah, I would think so.
Because I made a mistake of asking the bartender, like, what should we be drinking? And he's like, he made up this drink called a Purple Rain. And it's basically a big cup of booze that's like purple and blue layered, and it was like drinking Kool-Aid.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a danger zone drink, big time.
Yeah.
But
that's the kind you're lucky you woke up and still had both kidneys, I think.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Like, here, drink this. It's bubbling and smoking.
Well, so we wanted to get away from these people that were partying below us. We're like, well, the sun's starting to go down. There's a lot of shade. Let's sunscreen up and we'll go in the pool because we took a day off from the pool.
Yeah.
Like, let's go there. We'll just hang out before we have dinner and all that good stuff. And here comes the horde up the lazy river of these fucking redneck idiots.
Yeah.
And this woman has got a dinner plate that has spaghetti and French fries on it. And I'm not talking like just noodles, spaghetti noodles.
Oh, okay. So not like with sauce and everything?
Not with the sauce, but spaghetti. It's noodles and French fries. And she's just shoving them in her mouth in the pool. And then she's talking to people and her noodles are hanging out of her mouth.
Wow.
It's
Looking like she's
what are these
Cthulhu.
animals? And then like someone's like, I hope y'all don't mind some music. And they had one of those like JLG, those pretty expensive, fucking Bluetooth speakers.
Yeah.
They start playing this awful like house music.
Right.
And it was.
Well, at least it wasn't like, a full week of like Cotton Eye Joe or something.
That's true.
Like, what's that? Play it again.
The best thing was watching some woman drunkenly dunking in the water, and then it just stopped.
Oh, no.
She kind of looked at it and set it on the ledge and like walked away.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you take stuff like that in your water, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're going to do that, you need to make sure you get a waterproof or at least resistant one,
I couldn't get over the next morning, because this is the first day they showed up, it was like, they went hard.
Mm-hmm.
We were on the second floor, so I go out on the balcony. That was like my morning ritual, go out and just see what's doing. And I look down at their area, and there was 8/5 of liquor scattered around.
Oh boy.
And 2 like ice buckets full of crushed beer cans.
Nice.
I mean, they went hard.
That's some decent work. Yeah.
Didn't see any of them for a long time that next day.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Too busy eating sketty inside.
I mean, dude, I felt bad for the drunk because I like going to places like this, but I don't like getting wasted despite my past,
Yeah.
my past Facebook Live videos.
Right.
Because like,
yeah, I gotta say, I'm very disappointed that I at no point got to see a drunken video of you pissing on scooters.
Yeah, right.
Or a karate kicking one. Yeah.
But because like we lost a day, and that sucks.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I basically always drank, but I maintained.
Yeah. At least you had a week though, at least it wasn't like a 3-day vacation and you lose a day. Yeah. That really sucks. And you're like, oh man, now it's time to go home.
Yeah, fuck. But I mean, the highlight of the day though was, or the week. Well, I mean, let me rewind. Right. The food at this place, because it's sold as like a gourmet resort, and like every restaurant you go to, you get the little like it looks like Master Chef food, like the little bites.
Okay, yeah.
But it's all delicious.
Okay.
Like the food is killer, and they actually have it's called the Fuentes Dinner Theater.
Is it owned by Daisy Fuentes?
I wish she was there. Oof. But it's like it's like watching a chef show. Like the dude who's like the executive chef at the resort comes out, and it's like a different menu every night, and then he talks to you about what you're going to eat, and then he prepares it as you're being served the food. He shows you how to cook it.
Oh, interesting.
And then they're like sommelier comes up and starts talking about like what wine you should pair with it. And then you probably saw the video to do Jam and Metallica.
Yes.
Yeah. And then they had a guitarist up there that's, he, when you're eating, he played like a bunch of like rock songs, but acoustically.
Okay.
And slow. I was like, I kind of like this guy.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Right.
I mean,
that was really cool. It was like a 5-course meal,
Yeah.
Like a 2-hour experience. It was neat. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's this Italian place, one of the places we had to get reservations at. Jesus Christ. That was, like we show up and they grab your napkin with tongs and lay it across your lap. And
wow, with tongs, huh?
Yeah, it was a whole experience.
Oh, wow, all right.
But no, the highlight was, Diana, you've met her.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband, Zach, they vacationed at a place called Isla Mujeres.
Okay.
Which is about an hour and a half north off the coast from where we were.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, you guys should try to go. So we're like, you know what? Fuck it. And I booked transport through the company that took us from the airport to the resort because it wasn't that expensive. Had actually a great conversation with Jose. He dialed me in on a lot of interesting stuff about Mexico. Like if you get a job there, the government's like, okay, we're going to help you buy a house. Which is cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, if you lose your job, they're like, okay, we're going to give you 6 months to figure it out. But you'll owe back pay.
Yeah.
But we're not just going to take your house if you can't pay for it.
Okay.
I was just like, wow. I was like, man, Jose, it sounds like your government kind of works a little bit better than ours does in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, in some ways.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, we go up, take a ferry across this little island, and the island's so small that golf carts are legal on the road.
Okay.
You can get everywhere you want on this island with a golf cart.
Oh, wow.
So you rent a golf cart, and man, this place is fucking amazing. Like it's originally called the Island of Women because apparently Mayan women used to go there to like get fertility and such going for them,
Okay.
So they have this place called Punta Sur, which is a south point, and there's an old Mayan ruins down there and like a statue to their goddess, and so we went and checked that out. And there's all these paths along the cliffs and shit. I found all these caves you can walk into. Like it's Mexico. There's no handrails.
Yeah. Right.
If we would have went 2 feet to the left, we're in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like 30 feet below us,
Good times. Yeah.
But dude, it was beautiful.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I'll show you some pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible. Punta Sur was awesome, but we were there at like noon. I thought for sure Michelle was going to die because of the heat.
Oh, yeah.
Because whatever she was wearing was not breathing.
Oh, that sucks.
Like it was like synthetic fabrics, not like cotton or anything.
Yeah. No linen. Yeah.
So we're like, all right. And we actually went to this turtle sanctuary before we went to Punta Sur because they like save sea turtles.
Mm-hmm.
And that was cool. You go in there and feed the sea turtles and shit. And the thing is, it's like in America, I don't know how much it cost. You know, because it's like you pay for entry, you pay for a bag of food. It was, what was it, 90 pesos? And like, pesos are basically like 19 pesos is like $1.
Okay.
So, I mean, for like,
Yeah,
you know,
not
like
much.
$9 basically. We got both of us in to feed turtles. You can do whatever you want once you're in there.
Right. Well,
within reason.
yeah.
You can't touch the turtles and shit. But
yeah.
But I mean, they had like little baby ones. They had all the eggs. They had these tanks of bigger ones. They go out into the ocean. They got like fucking huge turtles out there swimming around.
Oh wow.
It was really cool to see, actually.
Were there any ninja ones?
There might have been. One of them was an albino. I thought that was cool. He might have been like a snow ninja turtle or something.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the snow trooper of the group.
Yes, exactly. Planet Hoff of the turtles.
Right.
Yeah. But, you know, so we're leaving Punta Sur. We were there a long time just because it was, I mean, when you pull up, it doesn't look like it's much to see. Once again, like 40 pesos to get into this place. We were there for a long time just walking around.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're like, we got to get out of the sun because, you know, we're still like slightly recovering from sunburn.
Yeah.
You know, it's hot as fuck. I'm like, well, let's find somewhere to get a drink and some food.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, before we left the Wi-Fi, I did research and bookmarked some stuff on Google Maps, downloaded the map, you know.
Yeah, right.
There's this little place called The Joint. It's like a Jamaican, you know, bar. So, you know, and we drove by it on the way there. So it was like 5 minutes away from where we were. I'm like, let's go check that out. Bro, what a cool ass bar that was. It was like middle of the day. It's all like in the middle of the trees and shit. And there's just a live band playing. You know, dirt ass cheap food and drinks, and it was good. Yeah. I don't know.
Nice.
I really want to go back to, you know, Isla Mujeres.
Yeah.
The Joint, though, I mean, like I sent a picture to, you know, Diana. I'm like, hey, greetings from Isla Mujeres. And her first thing was like, oh my God, The Joint. I don't know how she recognized it. Because apparently wherever her and Zach honeymooned at was right up the road. So they were there every day eating lunch.
Oh, okay.
Because they loved it too. Like I actually bought a shirt, like a tank top from the place. I loved it so much.
Right. Cut off, right?
Oh, well, it will be soon. Gotta make that shit sexy.
Nice.
But yeah, so, you know, left there, you know, it's starting to get towards the time where we got to get back to the ferry because our guy's going to be picking us up. We still got a little time. So I'm like, well, let's drive on the backside, you know, just to see it because we can.
Yeah.
And just, it kind of makes me sad because it's all these like houses are getting built and you can tell they're not cheap.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and I'm like, I know these probably aren't really Mexican people moving in here.
Yeah.
But it's Mexican people building them. You know?
Yeah, right.
And it's like their beautiful beaches are just being taken up by, that always kind of makes me sad when I see that stuff.
Yeah.
You know? But this one house, dude, it looked like a giant conch shell.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I wish I would have got a picture of it when we were just driving by. I was like, geez, what the, you know?
Yeah.
It sucks because you're in this golf car and people are flying around you on motorcycles and cars because those are on the island too.
Mm-hmm.
And my golf cart was not that fast.
Well, I mean, it's a golf cart. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, right?
Yeah.
Which, honestly, the golf cart rental, at first I thought it was a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like I'm waiting in line for these people and a guy just comes out a side door and he's like, hey, golf cart? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, come here. And then we walk around the building. We're going up this like street, and I'm starting to get on alert. Like, where the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, right.
You know? And he's like, no, same place. I'm like, all right. And then we turned the corner, and it was like, I think the place was called Gomar. Okay. And then this is Gomar 2.
Oh, okay.
And I see all these golf carts in the street, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know,
right.
Which honestly, it was a gas powered golf cart for a whole day. It was $45.
Oh, that's not bad.
That ain't bad.
No.
You know, you say do whatever you want, basically, in it.
Right.
Within reason,
right.
of course.
Right. No feeding the turtles in it. Yeah.
Like, at one point, we're flying, and Michelle's hat blew off. And she's like, don't worry about it. And there's this taxi driver behind us just, I ended up doing an illegal U-E. I could have just went through a roundabout, but I just did a U-turn in a roundabout.
Right, sure.
As you do.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, some lovely tourist was holding it for us, which is nice.
Yeah.
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 But
for ransom.
Accurate. Also hung out at this amazing bar called the Stingray. All the bars, they didn't have stools, they had swings.
Oh, wow, that's weird.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. Just hung out there because we're just trying to kill a little time before the ferry came up.
Oh my God. Can you imagine getting hammered and trying to sit on swings.
Oh God, I know,
Oh
right?
boy.
Oh, boy.
Like the room's moving enough on its own. I don't need any help, you know?
But I really like that because it was we're all like, it was kind of like on Main Street. So, it's just a lot of traffic going. We're just watching the road.
Yeah.
Right up the alley next to us was like the market.
And
I went
Gomar
up there and
3.
bought some stuff for the kids. Did some haggling. That was cool.
Nice.
I had some lady try to rip me off.
Cool.
She's like, oh, it's this many pesos in it because I had pesos. I made sure I got pesos before I left.
Yeah.
Because I got screwed in Jamaica of people not giving me the proper change back.
Yeah. I ran into that at a few places in Canada, actually, where they don't do conversion, And it's like, come on, really? All right.
So like one lady, I handed her all these pesos and I was expecting change. She's like, thanks. And I'm like, no, you need. And she's like, oh, well, then she's getting her. Oh, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you sick?
Like I'm sick too. Of you trying to rip me off, not give me my change.
You're bullshit here, lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Jurassic Park thing I'm talking about, this dude opened up the stand in front of us making churros.
Uh-huh. Oh.
It was Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's great.
The logo,
dude.
And I didn't realize it until we were leaving. He was selling T-shirts too, but I kind of regret not buying a Jurassic Park T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could, I honestly plan on going back to this little island. I love this little island so much that, of course, because all those houses are going up, they're also Airbnbs too.
Yeah, big surprise.
You can actually stay there pretty cheap.
Wow.
Yeah, like one of the spots I kind of dialed in is like, oh, that's big enough I could take my kids, and it has like a swimming pool, and it's really not that expensive.
Right.
So I think I'm going to go back because that island was just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love doing the resort stuff, but I much rather like going and hanging out with the locals.
Yeah.
Like I had enough fun in Mexico that I'm like, I should learn how to speak Spanish. I mean, honestly, I really enjoyed myself down there.
Duolingo, here I come.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, that and Logan's got because he got it but never used it because he asked for it for Christmas years ago. He's got the Spanish Rosetta Stone. My mom bought it for Christmas.
Well, la-di-da. That's even fancier.
I know. It's never been used.
That's sad because that's not cheap.
I got a ton of shit for not installing it on the laptop. I installed it on the laptop. No one ever used it.
Well, time to use it, right?
Yeah, time to use it indeed.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I'm telling you, bro, I had a blast down in Mexico.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. and honestly, the travel to there and back, easy.
Yeah.
Like the people that were sitting next to me, on the plane, no problems with the flights. Everything was smooth. It was a great week.
Nice.
I needed it.
Good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, the pictures that that you did post and stuff look like the views and stuff were freaking awesome.
The place was beautiful, and they because that company apparently they're very much like, hey, we want to keep the earth like cool, and we like the earth because that's what makes us money because people come here to see this shit.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
So they're very environmental, like I said, they're gourmet. They've got a giant greenhouse on the property. They grow all their own fruits and vegetables. I mean, I can't complain. They have a water filtration so that you can actually drink the water at that place.
Oh wow.
I mean, I can't complain about it, and it wasn't, for everything we did, it really wasn't that badly priced either.
Yeah. Which is always, well, not always, but I was going to say a lot of times the advantage of going to other countries is, a lot of times it's cheaper. Yeah, exactly. Not always, but, some, some of the ones know, that you're willing to pay, so they'll certainly ratchet it up for you, but yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it always makes me feel bad going to these places because I know this is like these people's works and shit.
Yeah.
But I just, it's not in my nature to be waited on hand and foot.
Yeah. Yeah. It is weird.
Yeah. So I always
go
out of my way to make sure I'm talking to them, or I was tipping a lot.
Yeah. It's like even in your own house, it feels weird having somebody serve you, or if you're at a friend's house and they serve you, it's strange to me.
It's weird.
I mean, even though I know, we all go to restaurants, and somebody serves you at those places, it just feels weird though. It's somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, that is the weird thing too when you go to like somewhere like this, because you go to a restaurant, you sit down, and you have menus, you eat, and then you just get up and leave.
Yeah.
It is a weird feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, the night of the dinner theater, So I was starving. You might find this shocking. Starving. And so where the dinner theater is, right around the corner, is like a really great Mexican restaurant. So I'm like, let's go in there and get some tacos, and then we'll go have dinner.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pregame with some tacos. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah,
for sure.
I ain't mad at it.
I mean, and at first I was kind of bitching because I was like, God, I wish these portions were bigger, but really, you don't need it.
That's just the American in you.
It really was.
Yeah.
Well, and plus, like, I'm used to Jamaica where they have, like, there's one area you can walk in, like, anytime and get, like, Jamaican beef patties or ice cream or nachos. There really wasn't anywhere you could do that here. You could order room service if you wanted to, but you couldn't just walk up and, like, you had to sit down and have people order, and then people brought you food.
Ah, okay.
Which is kind of weird, but I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, right.
You know?
But I mean, the other is kind of nice though too, when you can just be like, you know what, I want to whatever, and just go grab it.
Yeah, like I can go for some French fries.
Yeah, and some sketty. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the pool.
Yeah, I mean, man, all the food was killer. I drank a ton of cerveza.
Yeah.
I missed out on the tequila tasting, which is unfortunate.
That is too bad because again, you know, I forgot. I was actually listening to what the hell show was it? I don't remember now. There was a podcast I was listening to this past week, and somebody was talking about that, how they couldn't drink tequila for the longest time. And then somebody basically was like, have you actually had Mexican tequila? And they were like, no. So they got them Mexican tequila, and they were like, oh my God, it's so different than the stuff we, buy here. And I remember seeing I think it was on one of Chelsea Handler's shows. She went to Mexico and they were doing, I think it was the agave stuff. It's not tequila, or you know what it is. Like there's certain rules about what is, and
it's like bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically.
There's certain rules to it.
Yeah. Like it can be,
it's not bourbon.
Yeah, exactly. But because it's not from a certain area, it can't be called whatever. But, she was talking about how different it was. Like the guy had a shot glass of it and he's sipping it, like just enjoying it. And she's wanting to just hammer it because
slam it.
That's what you do with tequila in this country. So, but I thought that was an interesting thing because, I mean, I've heard that about other stuff too. Like you told me about rum when you guys were.
Oh, yeah.
Where was it? You were Puerto Rico? Or was it?
Yeah. I don't know. Somewhere.
Wherever. Yeah.
I know we went to a rum tasting somewhere.
And how it was different than what we're used to here. So it's, I was like, huh.
Well, like Ron Zacapa. There you go, that rum.
Mm-hmm.
You could definitely just sit back and sip on that if you want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm. It's it's similar to like, when you're growing up drinking and, the first introduction you get to whiskey usually is shots of whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Like that's why different times when I'm talking with people, they're like, yeah, I love whiskey. I'm like, oh, what kind? What's your brand basically, or whatever. And so many times it's like, oh, I like, Jameson and blah. I'm like, do you shoot it or do you drink it? And they're like, oh, I shoot it. And I was like, it's not the same, man. It's like,
yeah, like it's not the same. Like
no.
I had a lovely evening where I had a nice cigar and then I had some Johnny Walker Black and just sat on the beach.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't want to shoot that Johnny Walker, I want to enjoy it across a little bit of time.
Little nips of it while I was enjoying my cigar. It was lovely.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. You put a Jameson or a Jack shot in front of me. I mean, I'll still drink it, but.
Well, yeah, for sure.
If I have my druthers, I'd rather have a nice pour of whiskey and, well, I mean, if I have my druthers, I'd rather have a nice old fashioned, really, but,
Yeah, that's accurate. Well, that was actually cool in that Italian restaurant. You get the dessert menu and they had desserts and then digestifs, cocktails.
Yeah.
One of them was a Godfather.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, shit. So I haven't had one of those in so long.
Yeah,
oh,
right.
God, it was delicious.
I haven't had one in a long time either, so, yeah.
Yeah. I was actually surprised to see it on the menu, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Italian, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
I mean, I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it was like, that's so touristy, to do that. Mm. But whatever.
It's weird too, because it's like, because we were in the members area. Right. So we're talking to these people because after the drunken horde of rednecks went back to their lair,
Yeah.
where it was just like 3 or 4, or well, probably 6 people in the pool, and then we're kind of like about ready to head back because we got dinner that night. These people are like older couple. They're like, man, I've never seen people go hard like that. And we're like, yeah. And we start talking to them. We're like, yeah, they're our neighbors. And they're like, oh God, we're so sorry.
Right.
But it's weird when you're like buzzed in a pool, half naked, basically, just chatting with people.
Yeah.
And I've just through talking to these people, I'm like, these people are clearly millionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, she's like, oh yeah, I own my own engineering company. We have an office in St. Louis, and we own this building, and like we live in a loft, and then we rent out the rest of the lofts. And I'm like, Jesus Christ! And then as we're talking about the weather in our area, she's like, oh yeah, I got an office in Minneapolis. It's real cold up there. Just like, geez.
You're like, no, lady. Like Minneapolis is a whole different kind of cold from what we get here.
Yeah, it's way colder here.
Yeah, we bitch about cold, but it's balmy as fuck compared to Minneapolis at times.
No, it's just weird, and you're just because they were very cool, down to earth people. But the more I was talking to them, I'm like,
you smell the money,
fucking money.
Yeah.
Because it was the day that they put the sales pitch to us about this travel club, so I had to ask them, like, you guys are clearly members if you're staying over there. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, is it worth it to you? And that's how I found out she had a company. Because what she does, she's like, oh yeah, we bought into it mostly for our grandkids so we could travel with our children and their children.
Oh, okay.
And get them good deals. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And she's like, and plus, with my company, it's like when I have an employee hits their 10-year anniversary, I just send them down here on vacation for a week.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, Jesus, what a fucking perk that
right?
is.
Yeah.
She's like, she even puts together like a travel bag with like sunscreen and water bottles and shit for them.
Oh, that's nice.
I was like, I know. She's like, yeah.
Even if
if you want it,
even if all they did was fly you there and give you a place to stay, I mean, you'd be like,
she sends them to like a resort.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, if you want to keep good employees, you treat them right. I'm like, I
totally agree.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, I got my, I had a 14-year anniversary. I got a slip of paper that says congrats. I didn't get shit for my 10 years.
No, yeah.
Like, geez, Aaron.
Yeah, right. That's what. Well, you're telling me. It reminds me of an episode of Married with Children where they get a credit card for Buck. And and Al and Peggy go stay at like a super swanky hotel.
I remember this one.
Yeah, and like their neighbors come over and they're in the hot tub with them basically, and the guy's talking about how much he pays or whatever, and he's talking like, I could use a guy like you, at my company to Al, and they're both, him and Peggy are both like, yes, it's like, it only pays like a lousy 100,000 or something like that,
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Because it was, of course, then at some point she asked us like, well, what do you guys do? And
yeah,
like, Michelle's like, well, I'm like a customer service person. I'm like, yeah, I work at a factory.
Yeah. Oh, what do you guys do? Oh, we clean your room.
Exactly. We wait down here for the scraps you guys drop.
Yeah. Oh, we just stumbled in here. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Well, we actually told them that. We're like, yeah, we got lucky. They like, we lucked out into this area.
Yeah, that's really cool though. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just weird. I'm just glad like people like that are actually cool though, because sometimes you run into people that are upper crusty and they're dicks.
Yeah, well, especially if they smell no money on you.
Yeah. Well, you can also tell by the way they treat like the people that work at the resort too.
Oh, well, that's always been a good way of gauging people,
Yeah.
You watch how somebody treats someone in customer service,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Phew. I'm ready to go back. I didn't want to come home, honestly, but
Yeah.
Responsibilities. Apparently, you can stay down there for 6 months before you have to come back to the country. That's how the visas work.
Well, there you go. How long do you have to stay back before you can go again?
Oh, what?
Like, if you stayed 6 months, do you have to stay here
you have
for
to be 6 months back in the country?
Okay. I didn't figure you could stay 6 months there, come back for like a minute, like just
right, like step over the line.
Yeah, and then go right back.
Give me my stamp, ka-chunk. Yeah. All right, I'm going.
Peace out, homies. See you in 6.
Yeah. Like I said, dude, I that area is so beautiful. There was a part of me, and I was like, man, if I could swing like something down here, I would for sure do that. But I don't even know how you do that. I don't even know the logistics behind it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just know because when we were heading to the ferry, there I saw a Jeep, and it was the first Jeep I saw, and I was like, oh shit, Jeep Wrangler, we're coming up on it. As we got closer, there was New Hampshire plates.
Oh, really?
And I was like,
oh, so
yeah. That's what I was asking. I asked our driver, Jose, I'm like, New Hampshire? And he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, people come. He's like, they come from your country, they live down here for 6 months, and then they have to go back to your country for 6 months.
That's so far to drive, though. Or tow, whichever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
you think you would just
down to the Yucatan Peninsula?
You'd think you'd just find a way to like rent a car for 6 months, or buy one and throw it in storage or something.
Right?
Like shit.
Well, he's got that Jeep mindset. I'm sure he loves.
I know, but
Jeep.
Oh, I get that, but Jesus Christ, can you imagine like driving a Jeep from New Hampshire all the way down to where you were? Holy shit!
Oh, man. Well, here, let me.
Gotta have some quiche. Dude, that's double cheeseburger money.
For sure, right?
To make a real old callback.
Good old double cheeseburger money. Let me, because I have it bookmarked because on my thing. Let me see here. See how many miles it is to drive from where I am currently.
Right.
It's a 3,000 mile trip.
That's not bad.
2 days.
Jeez.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Oh man. I'm just.
I know how much. I'm going to do some quick math here because I'm. Let's see, what was it?
Because you're fancy with
3,000 miles and 3,017 miles technically. So if I drove my Jeep down there, I would go through 232 gallons of gas.
Nice. Shit.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Yikes. Well,
yikes is right. It would be cheaper for me to rent a truck and tow my Jeep.
Yeah.
I get more miles per gallon towing my Jeep.
You're right.
Which is insane.
Yeah. Well, that was part of why I said or tow, because I was like, well, maybe they drive something else down there or something and then just use the Jeep on the island or something, I guess, but
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Or not the island, I'm sorry, down in that area.
The mainland.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild.
Yikes. Well,
but yeah, that's enough about my Mexico trip. It was amazing. I'm glad to be home, but I miss it already.
Yeah.
For a few days after I got back, I was saying gracias there. I was talking like half like Spanglish to people because that's what I got in the habit of doing. Because every morning people walk by, hola, hola, buenos dias.
Yeah.
You just get in the habit of answering them back in Spanish.
Okay. Okay.
I'm like, like dos cervezas, por favor. It's just you just get in the habit of it.
Right.
Just can't help it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I understand. We all have our thing. I was talking last week about how, as I've watched more of Letterkenny, how I've caught myself saying,
"Oh, pitter patter."
Yeah. And I have said pitter patter a couple of times, and yeah, I said it when I was in Target to my brother, and somebody was like, "Letterkenny, nice." So that was a little, weird. But
well, you know what, Brian? That's what I appreciate about you.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you appreciate about me? Whoa, dial it back about 10% there, Squirrely Dan. Oh, man. I was telling Henno, though, like the one episode where they used the phrase chaps my ass a whole bunch.
Right.
I laughed so hard because that's something we've been saying for years,
Yeah, that's been in our lexicon.
Yeah, I don't even know where the hell it came from. I just know the first time I heard it, I was like, I like this. I'm going to say this because it really gives a nice picture of how you're feeling.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good old Letterkenny.
Yep. Yeah, I've definitely been enjoying that.
Oh, yeah, for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I also, started my new job this week.
Yeah?
It's an adventure. It's actually way better than what I was doing before.
Yeah.
I don't have to get up as early. I don't have to drive as far. I don't have to work as late.
Yeah, that all seems like positive stuff.
When I got hired in, they're like, yeah, it'll be 4:10, sometimes Friday. Well, I got hired in, a guy in the department I'm working in, because they're like, we're going to put you on the cutter line. I'm like, oh, whatever. I don't know what the fuck, whatever you need me to do. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then I walk in the next day, like, this is orientation day. They're telling me cutter line. All right. Next day I walk in, I'm getting my stuff, and the boss comes over. He's like, actually, we're going to put you in the sorting department. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but okay.
Like, cool. You get swords?
Yes, that'd be sweet. It's like a 2-man department, and all you do is basically like you sort glass for other departments. Like they bring it to you, you put it in the proper spot so they can mate it with magic. Because this place, like they'll take one piece of glass, another piece, and they mate them together.
Okay.
To make like better windows and shit.
Okay, sure.
So I'm like, and then everyone's telling me like, yeah, we've never we don't ever hire people new and put them into this place, but it just so happens that this guy just put his 2 weeks in. So and the guy who's training me is like, I would rather have someone new that I can train right, not someone that's in here and thinks they know what they're doing.
Right. It's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I get it, you know, and I actually get along real well with both the guys that work back there, you know. The one guy actually reminds me a lot of Don, the guy who's quitting.
Oh, really?
Like, he kind of looks like him. He sounds like him. He's, you know, into the same shit. I'm like, it's weird. But yeah. And actually, the other dude reminds me of Matty Matheson, if you know who that is.
No, I don't.
He's a celebrity chef. He's got a real unique voice, and this guy sounds just like him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, dude, not working 6 to 6 is amazing. I get off at 4:30.
Yeah, that seems a lot better.
You know, and I work today, they told me, they're like, yeah, as a sorter, you'll work every Friday. And I'm like, oh, I was kind of looking forward to having 3-day weekends.
Yeah.
But like today I went into work at 4:30 and I got off at 12:30. I mean, I can't complain about that.
No.
You know, and then they're like, you know, and sometimes they work Saturday, and the guys told me, they're like, sometimes they'll make you work Saturday, but it's kind of an optional thing. They're like, if you want to work, they won't tell you no.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know, because it's like, if I work over 50 hours, then I'm making double time.
Yeah.
Unlike my last job was just like, you know, so I'm like, so if I need a little extra scratch, I can go on a Saturday and work like 4 hours, get off work at 8:30 in the morning, and I'm making double time.
Yeah. That ain't bad.
I mean, it's like, I'm not mad at this.
No.
And there's no swing shift. It's going to be day shift.
Nice. It is always nice when you have that opportunity to do overtime or whatever. Like, it's one of the things my brother always liked about the post office.
Yeah.
You know, is for a long time there. Like, there's certain times of the year and stuff, you know, where they can have basically all the overtime they want, essentially. Like, it's there, you know. But it's not mandatory. It's just like, hey, if you want to work over, we're, like you said, we're not going to tell you no. So you can jump in for a few hours.
My last job it was always mandatory, and I put so much time in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, this place, I'm like, even if they want me to work Monday through Saturday, okay. So I'm off at noon on Friday and off they said the ladies could probably work Saturdays like 9.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
So I'm like,
and we're talking AM, right?
Yeah, 9
Yeah.
AM.
So, okay. Go home, catch a couple hours of sleep, and you still have the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad at that. Not to mention it pays more.
Yeah. So, yeah, right? It's like, yeah, that's a lot.
Apparently this place has got a high turnover rate for some reason, talking to people. I'm not sure why yet.
Well, you'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, compared to what I was doing, this shit's easy.
Which is weird, isn't it?
I was catching glass off the line, and it's like it was just coming. Like you couldn't even take a water break. It was coming down so fast.
Which is so weird. Like, you'd think the last job you had, you know, if there was a high turnover, it'd be like, well, I totally get it with the swing shifts and the mandatory overtime, and like you were just saying, where you can't.
They had a high turnover.
Oh, for sure, you know. But it's like it's funny how I think, you know, like. Some people probably, you know, like where you're working now, there's probably people there who think they have it horrible and don't realize how much worse, you know, it could be.
Like I started working this job. I'm like, it's fucking hot in here because the air doesn't move.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Right.
And there's furnaces because they like temper glass and shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, compared to what I was doing, I'm like,
now
it's easy.
Are they adverse to you having a couple of scantily clad ladies fanning you while working?
That would be amazing.
I mean, they don't have to be scantily clad or ladies, like whatever you want, you know.
It'd be a nice perk.
Be cool to have 2 people in T-Rex costumes fanning you.
That would be even better. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
And it'd probably be easier with, you know, to get it past HR, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, you're like, well, I have 2 proposals for you.
Although, let me tell you, when I went for orientation, they gave me like a water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And I already heard, because before I even applied, I looked on Glassdoor, and everyone's like, it's hot in there. It sucks. It's hot in there. So I was like, okay, give you a water bottle because it's hot in here.
Mm-hmm.
What a controversy I started when I came into work the next day with my water bottle.
Really?
Because they were only giving it to new employees.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so like, you know, and like first day I'm there, they're like, well, we have our monthly safety meeting today. So they pulled, you know, we had a little meeting in his room, and the first thing that came up from everybody was like, well, where's our water bottles at? Because mine's sitting on the table.
Showing off.
So, like,
Now,
you know,
out of curiosity, are we talking like just rando water bottle, or
it's like an aluminum. It's not even double walled, so it doesn't stay cold. It's just
Okay.
like your shitty,
so it's
typical
just
promo
okay.
department water bottle.
Like I could see it if it was like a Yeti water bottle or something.
yeah.
I could see him be like, "Really? Come on!" You know, like I'm been here for 10 years.
It's just some, you know, made in Taiwan garbage.
Yeah.
Basically, it's in a cool green.
Then in that case, just the shit. I can't think of the word I'm looking for. The morale move would be just give everybody a fucking water bottle.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
Well, so,
how much are they costing them? It can't be much.
After that day, the water jug I bought for Guardian, because you're not allowed to have aluminum, so I brought a plastic one. This guy right here.
Why can't you have aluminum? Too hot?
Because if they have a big, like, the glass floats on molten tin at Guardian.
Okay.
If you throw aluminum in, it'll fuck it up.
Oh, okay.
So you're not, like, you can't even, like, you can't have, like, aluminum cans in your lunches.
Wow.
No
Okay.
aluminum foil. They'll fuck you up if they find aluminum.
Wow. All right.
I know, it's interesting.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I bought this big plastic bottle, which holds, like, 32 ounces. I love it. I brought this in the day after that meeting, and I even told the guys I'm working with, I'm like, the amount of shit I stirred up with that, I'm never bringing that bottle here again.
Yeah, right? Like, seriously, I could have just seen you being like, dude, if it means that much to you, take mine. Like, I don't care. Like, it's a fucking water bottle.
I know. Like,
it's not even a good one.
I actually thought about it, because the one woman was like, well, we should all, and I actually thought about it, just be like, just take mine, bitch.
Yeah. Like, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with them. I mean, they're, like I said, it's like, really, those water bottles got to be pretty cheap. And it'd be worth it for the company. It's no different than, like, the place every once in a while, like, throw a pizza party or something, It's like, you just do that kind of shit for, it's not even really morale, but if you're going to give it to the new people, just throw them at the old people too, because, just shuts everybody up,
Exactly.
It's worth it.
Or even, give them out, not all at once. Like every once in a while you go through and pass them out to some people or something.
Yeah, like give them out at the meetings for something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like just do rando drawings or something. I mean, people will be like, "Oh, I don't want a shitty one."
Like a big gold necklace on it said like new employee or something,
Well, basically you did, but it was in the form of a water bottle.
Fucking water bottle.
Yeah.
So dopey.
So petty.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't disagree with him, but at the same time, it's like, really? Like is this the hill you want to die on kind of a situation?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, of everything there they could probably bitch about, the water bottle is what they're going to take offense to, I mean, I guess, really, though, if that is the worst thing they have to bitch about, that's awesome, because that means you got a pretty good job.
From what, I know in my first 90 days, if I'm late, even by like a minute, I'm out. And that's one of the reasons they have high turnover rate. And I'm like, you think they'd be, from what I'm talking to people now, it's like, it sounds like it's pretty short-handed throughout the place.
Yeah.
It's like, you think they'd be more lenient, especially if you're like if you're a decent employee.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's
like,
I
get
it
during orientation, like during your first amount of time. Like, I get it. Like, you should be on time because you're still trying to impress everybody, essentially. Yeah. But wow, one time, huh? Not.
Yeah. And it's interesting because I'm like, when they hired me, I was like, cool. Mid-July, I already have a pre-existing vacation because I'm going with my kids to South Carolina, because my parents are there.
Yeah, right.
So, I'll take the job, but you need to give me that.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. And then, I got like the court date for the finality of, the divorce. And that's in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I brought the letter and I'm like, hey, I got this. I'm like, I can come in and then go to this and come back. I really don't care, but I need to go to this.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay. Well, just bring us proof back that you were there. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the talk around the place is like, oh, did you see the new guy getting all that time off? And the water bottle? And how do they reward him? With a water bottle.
Yeah, but he's got a fucking water bottle. Can you believe that shit?
I've been here 25 fucking years.
Yeah, that's what made me laugh, because, I assumed I was going to be doing whatever, which I'm glad I'm not doing, because watching the guys work the lines is kind of what I did at Guardian, but slower. You just stand there.
Yeah.
With this job, I'm walking all over the place, which I like.
Yeah.
But, I'm talking to the guy that's training me. He's like, yeah, this asshole put his 2 weeks in. This is his last day, saying this will be the following Monday when, you'll be taking his place, Joe. And I'm like, I'm gone that week. He's like, what? And I told him, like, yeah, when I got hired in, told him I need that week off.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
He's like, whatever.
Yeah, they hired you with the knowledge of that. It's not like you got hired and then you sprung it on them. So,
Yeah, they offered me the job, and I said yes.
But
this is my condition. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Fair enough.
I played the game, played it right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still laughing at the water bottle thing.
I couldn't believe it. Seriously, it's like, what a bunch of controversy.
Yeah, right.
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh, man. It is funny what people will get bent out of shape over.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm.
It's like shit straight out of The Office, basically.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, man. So, it's funny, speaking of water bottle, though, it's like I upgraded myself to one of the insulated bottles, finally.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man. And I'm drinking so much more water, because, like, when water gets warm, I don't really want it. So I'll only drink it when I get thirsty,
Right.
When it's cold, I'll drink it because it tastes better to me. And also, like, I keep a water bottle next to my bed at night. And man, is it nice when you wake up in the middle of the night and your throat's all dry and parched and whatnot, and you have a nice cold drink of water in there. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, for sure, right?
The best part is, most of these bottles are at least $20, and I've been hoping I could catch one on clearance somewhere or something. And I was at Meijer with my brother and happened to walk down the water bottle aisle, and they had pretty much all their water bottles were half off.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I was like, $10, huh? I'm like, sold.
You can load up on that agua.
Yeah, and I have, man. I've been drinking so much more, and it's, which is good because, it's not a bad thing for me anyway, but, and like I said, I like the fact that I can have cold water kind of any time now. Like, the other day I left with my brother for a little while, left it sitting on the table, come home, and it's like, man, it's still cold. Like, this is awesome.
It's like a miracle, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not. It's, it's like magnets. How do they even work?
Stupid ICP.
But yeah.
Clown magic.
It's pretty nice, though. It's amazing how just that difference led me to drinking way more water.
Yeah.
Like the first day I had it, I probably filled it 6 times.
No shit.
Yeah, I was just crushing water all day, So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can drink water unless it's hot.
Yeah, definitely can't drink hot water.
Like warm water actually works better for me because I tend to I'm like Frank the Tank. Once it hits your lips, it just goes.
Yeah.
I just guzzle a whole bottle of water if it's warm.
It's definitely got its moments. Like today I had to go have blood drawn. And, I was told before, on days you're having blood drawn, like when you get up, just, start crushing water because it helps your blood get going and whatever. So it's easier for him to pull it. And I was like, okay, So on the way there, I got a bottle of water, and I had grabbed it out of the refrigerator, and it's like ice cold. And it's like, you take a couple drinks, and you're like, whoo, you gotta stop for a second because it's like too cold in your throat, basically.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I'm like, damn it, I should have just grabbed one from the pack of bottles,
you just smash it.
So I could smash it, yeah. So, yeah, it's not that I won't drink the other. It's just like I said, I'll be sitting here and I'll just kind of look at it and be like, it's probably warm. And I won't drink it until I'm like, okay, I have to take a drink now.
Right. Now I need it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, meanwhile, the rest of the time I've been just, random sips off of it from time to time. Cause it's nice, kind of cool your...
It's like whiskey.
Yeah.
Take a little nip.
Right. That's actually what's in it right now. No.
Oh, perfect.
32 ounces of whiskey. Nice and cold. Oh, man. I can't even imagine drinking ice-cold whiskey. That'd be weird.
I mean, vodka I get. They have those ice bars for whatever
reason.
And stuff.
Yeah. I'd still drink the whiskey. I mean, it's still whiskey.
Ice-cold whiskey sounds bizarre.
It does.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do?
Right.
It's, like I said, if someone hands me whiskey and it's ice-cold, I'm not going to say no. I'll just set it down, wait a second or three, let it warm up and open up a little bit.
Exactly. Let that shit breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I've heard bad things about hitting the microphone
And stuff.
like I do all the damn time.
I know we don't typically talk about firearms.
Yeah.
On this program.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you've heard about this yet. There's it's an Ohio-based gun company actually called High Point.
Okay.
Right? And they're coming out with a new 9mm, handgun.
Okay.
And in collaboration with like Heckler and Koch, people make the MP5s and shit.
Okay.
And they wanted to have they wanted to do what the people love to do. The internet loves is they were like, hey, what are we going to name this pistol? Let's have a name the 9 contest.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. So do you know what this? And they're going with it.
Oh boy.
Do you know what this 9's going to be called?
No.
I mean, the first time when I first saw the headline, I was really hoping it would be Shooty McShootface.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Bodie McBoatface, of course.
I'd totally be down for that. Yeah.
But you can have this either engraved in the full name or the short name on like the slide of the gun.
Okay.
The short name is going to be called the YC9.
Okay.
The long name is the Yeet Cannon.
Oh God.
Goddamn Yeet Cannon, Brian.
The fuck. Well, internet, you didn't let me down. Yep.
The internet doesn't let us down.
I figured it would be a terrible name, and it is.
I mean, I'm not sure even the origin behind Yeet.
Yeah.
But I do know it's a thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm too old to care.
Yeah, I was gonna say
research.
I'm not young enough to know these things.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
cool.
I know. I told that to Leah because she says Yeet all the time. She was really thought it was hilarious that there's gonna be a gun out there called the Yeet Cannon.
Oh boy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I just like I said, I know we're not like I don't mind firearms. I personally don't own any.
Yeah.
But I had to share that.
Right. All right. So let's have a moment we haven't done in a while here. If my computer will work. Okay. Yeah. It's going to be two old guys talking about a current term if fucking page will load. Damn it. All right. So I'm on Urban Dictionary, of course.
Oh, naturally.
Okay. So yeet means to discard an item at a high velocity. Alex finishes his soda and proceeds to yeet his empty can into a trash bin. Alex, while throwing the can, yeet! So there you go.
So it's about so you can dispose of other people while yelling yeet.
My guess would be if you play online games and have the chat on, you probably hear people doing it.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, the second entry on here says, yeet's a versatile word that can be used as an exclamation, a verb, or a noun. As an exclamation, it can be used to express excitement, usually happily, but also nervously. It can also be used as an exclamation of victory, or as a battle cry or a focus shout while throwing or hitting something, like, hiya. I'm going to stick with hiya, sorry.
Is it hiya or hi-yeet?
Oh, jeez. Enough of that. Wow. So, yeah, and even as the tenses of it. Present,
really?
I yeet. Past, imperfect, I was yeeting. Past, perfect, I yote.
Yo.
Pluperfect, I have yacht. Future, I will yeet. And future perfect, I will have yacht.
Wow. That's all I could say is wow.
Yeah. I just love, like, the one on here. Was it the word has a distinct feel and power to it? No, it doesn't. It sounds stupid as fuck. Like,
yeah,
hiya does too.
Leah say it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because she like dabbed. It was like, yeet. I'm like, please never do that
Like,
again.
that's too many current things for me. I'm not that cool.
Right, or exactly.
One at a time, damn it. I can only look up things so fast.
Yeet. Yeah, I just, it's like, I don't think I talked to you about it. She showed me the worst video I've ever seen in my life, but she thinks it's fucking hilarious.
No dank memes?
Yeah, no dank memes. Hilarious.
Yeah.
It's,
Another throwback.
It's like this, like, this like black kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a teenager, and there's this animated rat that comes on the screen, and he just goes, "Oh shoot, a rat!" and he starts doing this like weird dance.
Okay.
And that's all it is. And she's like, "You need to watch this video, Dad." So I watched it with her. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
She loves it, and it's gotten to the point that like I'll text her stuff like, like she'll send me a picture of something she painted, and then like there'll be seagulls in it. So I'll text her back like, "Oh shoot, seagulls," and then she thinks it's the fucking greatest thing ever. It's just I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's starting to become one of those things where you're like, "Am I getting too old for this shit?"
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but yes. What can you do, right?
Yeah, I guess, right?
Yeah.
It does happen.
Mm-hmm.
I have become Danny Glover all of a sudden.
Yep. We're growing into our, into our old man rants,
You know what we really need? Since we do old man rant a decent amount.
Yeah, I did 2 last week.
I saw that in the notes.
Yeah.
I really need to get that sound clip of Danny Glover just saying I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Right?
Or we just need one, somebody to put together an old man rant sound drop for us.
That would be good too.
Mm-hmm. I would
I
definitely.
don't even know what that sound drop would be.
I don't know. No idea, but
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Agreed.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as we're talking here, to go back to earlier in the episode, I've been looking to see if there's any other like hats from Major League that are not snapback. So I saw one that's the old like trucker hat, but snapback. So
I'm not mad at the trucker hat.
Oh, I am.
I know you are, Brian.
I'm not if they're a stretch fit, but they usually aren't. They're usually snapbacks. Because people are jerks.
Well, now that I've just straight up dominated like the front half of the show here, how the hell are you?
I really didn't have much to say, so it was, better off that way anyway. Like I told you before we started recording, I was like, I really looked and I really don't have much. So, yeah, it's been, just pretty same old for me.
Right.
Luckily it's gotten hot, but at least it stopped raining for a little bit. So I can.
The rain was a little much.
Yeah. So I can finally, got over my, not having a headache every damn day.
Right.
So, at least for now, that's a good thing. So, stupid snapbacks. Shit. Yeah, I was trying to think like anything else really. I haven't really not done much. It's been a pretty boring week since last week.
I mean, sometimes it's nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not all bad. I mean, I was an idiot and well, at least I scheduled the pickup for groceries today. At about like 3:00 in the afternoon on a day where it's like 95.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
I was a little sweaty, a little damp.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Not my smartest move. But whatever, It's funny how like I live 5 minutes from the grocery store, 10 minutes, whatever it is, and how fast food can like start to thaw, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of lunacy, isn't it?
Yeah, like it was, because we have some frozen stuff in there, and like I had a bag of frozen corn, and when I got home, I was like, I probably could just set this on the counter for a few minutes, and it would be close to thawed.
Yeah,
It was
like we're ready to eat.
so hot, man. Yeah,
Y'all like corn?
right. I got 5 bags of it. Who wants it?
Who wants it? All we're doing is eating corn today.
Delicious. Is it?
By
If it was
today, I mean
Corn
all
King,
week.
if it was Corn King corn, I'm in.
Oh well, shit. I mean,
I could eat that all day.
yeah, I would still throw an old lady down a flight of stairs with some Corn King corn.
I probably would too. In fact, I'd probably pick up the lady, like help her up, and then throw her down the next flight of stairs.
Would you yell yeet?
Obviously. As one does when throwing old ladies downstairs.
Yeah, if that was the definition. Word someone yells when tossing an old lady downstairs.
Yeah. And to be fair, I'd toss an old man down the stairs too. I wouldn't.
That's true.
There's no discriminating.
You're not gender specific.
Not at all. No, I don't even care. If you're just in the way, and it's like, look, you have to throw that person down the stairs to get this delicious, delicious corn. I'd be like, well, sacrifices must be made.
Yep. Sorry, Buford.
Yep. Collateral damage.
Yep. Go kick rocks.
Yep. Oh man, that'd be pretty awful.
But sometimes it's necessary for that delicious sweet corn. Seriously, the best corn I've ever had. I've never had better
right?
corn.
I know. I still dream of that corn. I know.
They're not even a place anymore. It's now like these animals need a sanctuary, a white-tailed deer sanctuary. Don't we have an overpopulation of those in Michigan?
That's what I was thinking.
Enough to the point that they have that weird chronic wasting disease.
Oh yeah. So here's my theory. I feel like we should protect the Corn King stand instead. I could definitely get behind starting a fundraiser for that.
Yeah, for sure. Are you saying, Brian, we should go to the white-tailed deer place, former location of the Corn King, and yeet them the fuck out of there?
Yes. I don't like the fact that they overthrew our king.
Yeah, that's true. How dare they? A game of corns. The thrones, all the cobs.
Oh my god, this is terrible. Yep. Currently a whitetail sits on the throne.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. God damn it.
Daenerys shows up, it's just popcorn going off everywhere.
Right? Oh jeez. That'd be a mess. Delicious though.
It is. I mean, it's the tastiest massacre you'll ever have.
Right? Yeah. She's on her dragon. There's another person just flying around on another one with a big thing of salt. Just
exactly.
Just ate it. Dropping some butter in there or whatever, Delicious.
If you're gonna do it right.
Squirt the movie butter flavored spray / goo on it.
That creepy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, everyone in King's Landing's talking about like how it's like chemtrails and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just delicious seasoning.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is amazing. Like, I always loved, like, it's not quite as bad now as it was when we were growing up. But do you remember, like, and not to step on Chris Rock's toes here, but, like, when you, store brand stuff, like, when we were growing up, it was always, like, the most technical term for whatever the product was. It was like toasted wheat squares with cinnamon seasoning, instead of coming up with some cool, like now they have store brand names,
right,
on some of the stuff. And I just remember some of the stuff. It was just like, you'd read it and be like, this does not sound appetizing in the least. Why would you name it this? Like,
yeah.
Gross.
Shredded wheat things covered in sugar cum.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember seeing that one?
No, I don't.
Oh man, sorry you missed it.
Shit. Man. So yeah, I really don't have much of anything here. I've been playing more Magic on the Arena app.
Oh yeah. I haven't downloaded that yet.
I'm not gonna lie, it scratches the itch a little bit.
Does it?
Yeah. Here's the part that sucks. Is
Lay it on me.
I'm not going to spend any money on it. Because
and so therefore, do you get to at least unlock cards?
Yes. Like you play games and like they give you, like you get experience per game and you can unlock decks and cards for those decks essentially.
Right.
But I'm at the point now that I think I've unlocked all the decks now.
Oh shit. So you're kind of like,
well,
you're almost level capped basically or whatever.
A little. Like now the thing is I don't love playing against other people so much. Like, I would just be happy if I could play against the computer all day long. But, like, they run events, and the events are cool, but like, I don't have a huge collection of cards. Right. So, there's a lot of them that I'm either walking in with jank decks, and by jank, I mean, like, you're like, well, I have one of this good card, I guess I'll play it, and two of this shitty card, but it's better than nothing, you know, like, oh, I don't have any lightning bolts, so I have to play a bunch of, you know, not lightning bolts, you know, like not even shock or incinerate. Well, they've got one that's like red and 1, deals 3 damage to any target, I think it is the way it's worded. And, which is good because, you know, planeswalkers. Because if a card says creature or player, you can't target a planeswalker, but.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't think. Maybe you can. I don't remember. I'm not 100% versed on all the new shit, so I'm trying. But, yeah, so as you play against other people, though, as you get wins, like, for every, what is it? I think it's for 5 wins, you get an in-game pack of cards.
Right.
And then, you know, you can accumulate more, and you earn gold coins, which you can use to buy packs. And every pack you open, you get credit for, like, wild cards. And the wild cards you can use, like, once you already have a card, you can then use the wild cards to make more of them.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice, you know, because if you get, like, a mythic rare or something, your odds of pulling another one are slim, you know. So now, at least, if you have mythic rare wild cards, you can clone that card.
Do they have any sort of, like a draft thing that kind of puts everybody on an even playing field?
You can draft in there. Like, you have to use in-game monies or whatever to do it, but you can draft in the game. The problem is I don't have enough stuff to draft. Because I do know some people who, you know, have done that, and they, you know, if you're good at it, you can roll it into more, basically. You know?
Right.
I just haven't. But they just went through, they were doing a whole series. Like, each week was a different event where the prizes were Planeswalker card faces, not the actual card, but the card face, basically, would be in, like, a stained glass look. And they're all really cool looking. So I was playing in some of those, but it's like one of the formats was Pauper, which, do you remember Pauper?
No.
Whoa, geez, I just blew that out. Wow. All commons.
Oh, okay.
Everything in the deck has to be common. So, which is fine. You know, I have a bunch of commons, but I was sitting there trying to build a deck, and I'm like, and I went in and played a few games, and it's like, man, people have, like, legit Pauper decks built, and I can't compete. And I mean, I played like 8 games and didn't win 1 game, and I wasn't really even close. And I'm like, I can't even remotely be competitive at this, you know?
It sucks.
And even some of the games where, like, I was close, and it was only close because, not to sound like, you know, conceited, but I feel like I was a better player than the person I was against because they made some weird decisions. And that allowed me to stay in the game, basically. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not even going to do this. Like, I was playing, hoping I could unlock stuff. You know, and I went, and you can import deck lists from sites, which is really cool.
Well, that is kind of nice. Because
you can import it, and then you can see what you do and don't have from those decks. So, you know, that's cool and stuff. Like, there's a lot of good to it. I wish there was a little more. Like, I'm at the point now that basically to do anything else, I've got to grind.
Right.
You know, which is okay, but at the same time, and there are daily challenges, like cast 25 red spells, you get 500 coins. So I've been doing those off and on to just buy packs with, basically. I kind of wish there was a trading system, or you could just buy cards, you know.
So you can only buy packs? That's the only way to get new cards?
Yeah. So if you want, like, say you're, like, one of the decks I was looking at that looked like a lot of fun, runs 4 of this one mythic rare, and I'm like, you got to get one in order to clone the others.
Right.
And it's like I'm sitting here with like 3 or 4 mythic rare wild cards, but I don't have the first card, so I can't clone it.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, so I that's why I say I wish there was a way to trade, or I don't know, something. You know,
I'm kind of surprised they don't have like a auction or like the Bazaar Baghdad. You know, like put your cards up or whatever. You know,
that'd be funny. Yeah, I don't know if they don't do that because like in Magic Online, which is very similar, but in Magic Online you can trade with people, you know, and it's like if you could at least trade or something like that. Like in Madden, they have that Ultimate Madden card game in there where you use cards and you build your team with the cards basically.
Right.
In that they have an auction house where you can just put your card up and what you're asking for it, you know, like if they did that
makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Like even if it was, oh, you can only use wild cards or some garbage like that, you know, because I don't even know if you can have more than 4 of a card in that game. I don't think you can. Well, you know what? Yeah, you can, because there's actually a rat deck in Pauper that basically the rat says you can have as many of these in your deck as you want to, and that's basically what the deck is, just a bunch of these rats.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
And it's one of the top 2 in the format. So
of course it is.
Mm-hmm. But you've got to get one in order to, you know,
to start the
run
process,
28
right?
more. Yeah. And then you got to have wild cards for, so like I said, it's fun.
Wow.
If you get a chance, it's fun. It's worth downloading. It's very much on par, kind of like the ones that were on the Xbox.
Yeah, I should just download it.
You know, you hit a certain point where it's like, well, all that's left to do here is grind basically to get other cards. But at least with this one, you can play games against other people and you get XP and different stuff for playing against other people. You know, and like I said, for wins, you accumulate, you know, coins or packs or both.
It's a MTG Arena, I assume.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay.
Oh, no, not on your phone.
Oh.
No, it'd be on your computer.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, they don't.
I don't play games on my computer, Brian.
I usually don't either, but I play this.
I got all excited. I was like, yeah, something new for my phone.
Yeah, no.
Never mind.
No, they do have a Magic game for it that's called, what's it called? Origins, maybe?
I don't know. I got a game I've been playing on my phone lately.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, you know, puzzle games, but it doesn't have, like, oh, you only have a certain amount of lives and then it's over. It's just, it's like a story-based, it's like, what's the hell's the name of it? Like, it's like a Puzzle Quest game.
Okay.
But, you know, if I keep losing, I could just keep playing.
Ah, okay.
You know, which I kind of like.
So what's the hook of the game? Like, is there any...
Well, because, you know, you collect, like, you know, you unlock more because you build a team out of, you know, cards, you know, and you make matches and it activates their powers, all that dumb shit. And you can level your people up, and the more cards you get of a certain type, you can make them better. And
okay,
you know, you can buy ways to get more packs, or you can just play the game and you can get, you know, one of those.
So there is
It's called Gems of War.
That seems appropriately
awfully hokey, but it's you know, it scratches that itch that I have for those kind of games.
Yeah, because it does get really frustrating when you're playing and you're like, well, I'm out of lives, continues, coins, whatever the thing is, the or the currency, basically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can spend real money to try to get like the really good creatures, or you can just kind of grind it out and get gold and level your guys up.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I do in any of those games. Like, it's rare that I'll throw any money into it. Like the WWE puzzle, you know, the match 3 game. I've bought a few things in there, but usually I don't. Like in there, I'll buy it because they'll have like a character and a bunch of like bonus shit for like $5 or something. It's a really good, you know, character. So I'll be like, well,
right.
But it's far and few between.
Yeah, it's, you know, I'm good.
Yeah, right. I'm actually a little disappointed they didn't put this Magic game on the consoles. I was really hoping they would.
Yeah, if it was on PlayStation, I'd probably play it.
They were supposed to port the last game that they made to PlayStation, but it just nothing happened. And then there's been like no more talk of it. So basically it's just assumed that it's canceled. Huh? Yeah. So, which is weird to me because I like, even with this, it's like, you know, you can microtransaction the hell out of people with these kind of things.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know? People fall for left and right.
So I don't know. Maybe they will, because the one on the computer is only in like the I think it's out of the beta stage now. It's into the actual game, but it's still fairly new, you know, for a game like that. So, you know, of course, there's still bugs in it and stuff. Like occasionally you'll play something and you don't get the life gain, or you don't get, you know, it doesn't let you search for the card you're supposed to be able to search for or something.
Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah, but, you know, any digital game that you'll probably find a glitch like that somewhere, you know.
Yeah, right.
So yeah.
You still get the yell bullshit and shake your fist up.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But like I said, you know, this kind of scratches the itch for me without having to spend any money to play the game. You know?
Yeah, that is a bonus.
Yeah, because I just, first of all, I don't have it, but even if I did have it, and it's like, dude, if I start, it's gonna go bad quick, because I'll go whole hog, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, I really don't. Yeah. Like if I were gonna go play in a shop right now, I'd either borrow a deck or I'd, you know, go when it's like sealed deck or draft. Yeah, I totally wouldn't do it for anything else now.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
No, I ain't trying to build decks, not when I see how much they are. No chance. Right? No chance. Although, I will say this is Fluffy Bunny Ash was telling me about this last night, which is cool. Part of it, like, they've had these things called deck builders toolkits for a long time.
Really?
Yeah. And it's basically you would just get random cards, and the whole point was just to help somebody basically build their collection, you know, kind of give you some better stuff so you could, you know, build your decks.
Right.
You know, and I forgot what they cost, but they're not much. You know, they've done a really good job of changing from like when we were playing, you know, Portal was basically the only introductory thing unless you used Core Set, you know?
Right, yeah.
And now they've got intro decks to where it's like two 40 card decks to where, you know, you could teach somebody with them.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, you know, they've done a good job about this, but I guess now they randomize the card, or their set cards, I mean. They used to be kind of random, and sometimes there were people that open them and you don't really get stuff that helps you. So, because they didn't have specific ones, like they didn't have a red deck builder's toolkit, a blue, you know. So if you're, you know, you don't, it's like buying packs basically. And now you get certain cards, so it's helpful because you can get, you know, stuff that are just good staples basically. But they also put out a set of decks. I can't remember what they call them now. But basically they're like tournament worthy decks right out of the box.
That seems kind of crazy.
Like, you're probably not going to go win a pro tour with them or something, you know, but you can at least go and probably be fairly competitive, you know? Oh, and if nothing else, it gives you a competitive deck to start with, you know, so
that seems insane that they're doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at it because it does help. Because if you don't have, like right now, I don't have money to really get in the game, but I could go buy, there was one they put out in the last round of these that was a red-blue deck that was actually placing, like, in tourneys and stuff. Like, you know, maybe, you know, little tweaks for the metagame or whatever, but, yeah.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yeah.
It was, like, straight out of the box, basically, for a little assist.
Yeah. I can't remember what they cost.
In tournaments.
And I think it was, God, what did they cost? $20, $30, something like that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, for a competitive deck. I mean, hell, you know, when we had our shop, I sold decks of basically just beginner decks at $10 a piece, basically.
Right. Yeah.
You know, that I would just build that were, you know, ones basically built to teach you the game. They weren't really built to go win tournaments and stuff, but it was a start. You know.
Right.
So yeah, they're doing that, which, like I said, I really like because that helps teach or that gives you a chance. Like I said, I could go buy them and go play with the deck, basically.
That's just imagine if they did that back in the day when it was first starting.
Oh man, yeah, that would have been
tournament
awesome.
quality decks you could just buy.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those would we run into?
Yeah. Oh, tons.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Not to mention, I mean, how many would we have sold? Probably.
Well, sure, that too.
Yeah. Because there's always, you know how it is. Whenever they do pre-cons, there's always better ones.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like that red-blue one I was telling you, it's called like Arcane Fire or something like that. And every store you go into, that one was gone. So
That's wild.
Yeah. So anyway, enough Magic talk.
Yeah, right.
Although, like I said, I do miss the community and playing, but at the same time, it's like all the people that I played with don't really play in shops anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, ow. Just hit my damn desk. Ow.
Don't do that.
All right. So I've got another, and this was this one was intended to be a shut up and take my money.
Oh.
That I have to send.
My money.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. That's not the one. Well, yeah, it does. It shows it here. Okay, cool. So I got to send you the link to it because you need to see this.
All right.
So this shut up and take my money is one that I'm hoping to get, but probably not going to be able to get because they already sold out of the pre-sale, and I don't know if they'll be getting more in.
Oh, shit.
But it is for San Diego Comic-Con this year, Mattel is making a Macho Man Randy Savage figure that comes in his gear that he wore in the red and yellow that he wore in his Slim Jim commercials. And he's also holding 2 packs of Slim Jims. The back of his coat says snap into it. And the box is designed to look like the boxes of Slim Jims look when they're full.
Yeah, that's most excellent.
Isn't it? It's so good.
Yeah. They
did such a good job on these. And I love, they even have, a nutrition facts thing on the back of the box.
Yeah, I think it's pretty great.
Yeah. I'm so mad at myself. I knew they were going to put them up for pre-sale. Because Entertainment Earth is, they're San Diego Con exclusive, but Entertainment Earth's going to have, a certain number of them, I guess. And I knew they were going to have them up, and I totally forgot. And, like I said, they're sold out. So, although I also don't know how much it would be. It might be out, it might be a $50 figure or something that is just too much for me. But
still pretty cool.
Still pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
My next step is I need them to make a Funko Pop of this, because then I would be super happy.
Yeah, the Slim Jim Macho Man, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, because I had read somewhere that there was talk there was going to be some Macho Man exclusive, and I was like, oh, I wonder what they'll make, thinking it'll be maybe a King Macho Man or something crazy, And then I saw this.
Never would have thought it was going to be Slim Jim, huh?
No, and couldn't be happier that it is.
Oh, yeah. I think anybody would be proud to have that on their mantle.
Should be, yeah.
I would be.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it was a good job. I like the guy that's the designer or whatever, or the creator, senior designer, yeah, for Mattel, talked about how, he worked with Slim Jim and with WWE to, get everything right. And I guess there wasn't a lot of footage of, the back and the legs and stuff because of, the commercials, mostly him talking into the camera. But Slim Jim has the jacket still. They had it in a frame, and they offered to send him the jacket so they could scan it, so they could use it to really look at it. And the guy said that he's like, I can't do that. He's like, I feel, he's like, we'd have to take it out of the frame. And he's like, I feel like that would be taking a piece of art out of a frame, basically.
So Brian, now that we're back and stuff,
yeah.
Are you saying the designer didn't want to snap into it?
Ah, damn it!
Snap into it, people. I'm here all week.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying, though.
Oh, okay.
But they did a pretty fine job, though. Yeah, I went back and watched the commercial and kind of looked at the figure and stuff, and they did a pretty nice job piecing it together. So,
I mean, it's an awesome toy.
yeah.
It's not a toy. I hate calling them toys because they're like more artwork anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
It's an awesome sculpture.
Yeah, that is certainly one I would, like you said, be cool with sitting on a mantle somewhere on your desk or whatever,
Oh, for sure, right?
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
So you can snap into one anytime you want.
Goddamn right. Have a big, like a big Folgers coffee can just full of Slim Jim sitting next to it.
Yep. And just every time you look over and be like, I think I will, Macho Man. I think I will.
I will snap into it, my friend. I will.
So yeah, that's the shut up and take my money for this week.
Shut up and take my money.
Love it.
Yep. And now I have to acknowledge that I'm a dum-dum. And
oh, okay.
last week I was reading the previous week's Q of the W, which was, what celebrities would you cast as the Four Horsemen? And I totally forgot to read Cheeto's email.
Oh, whoops-a-daisy.
What an asshole I am.
How dare you, Brian? How
so,
dare you?
So I'm going to rectify that right now.
Damn near killed him.
Yeah. For War, he says Tom Hardy.
Okay, I can see that.
Famine, Keira Knightley.
Right.
Conquest, Leonardo DiCaprio. Which I'm guessing is probably because he has a crush on DiCaprio. I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe.
And Death, Willem Dafoe.
Conquest that yes.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, I can see Willem Dafoe for sure.
Yeah. And then he says he hobied this, literally. For War, he picked Blake. Famine, he picked Jason. Conquest, he picked Jeff. And Death, he picked Scab Jeff.
I think that's the way literally hobied it.
Yeah.
Good old Cheeto, always coming through.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that as well. Although I'm looking, I don't see an answer for him for this week. Dang it.
Oh, for shame.
Yeah, that's all right. And actually, that reminds me, I totally haven't pulled up the responses.
Oh, whoops daisy.
What an asshole.
God damn it, Brian. How dare you, sir?
Oh, boy. Just not with it, man.
It's all right. It happens, man.
Yeah. We'll see. All right, did that.
Been a mess.
Yeah. It's my brand.
Salty language brand.
Mm-hmm. All right, so last episode, I asked, what animated, family-friendly movie can you watch over and over?
What animated, family-friendly show can you watch? Movie. You said movie, right? Can you watch over and over?
Yes, movie, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to limb and guess yours.
What's that?
From last week, because I haven't listened yet.
Okay.
You said Iron Giant.
I did. You were correct.
Against you.
Because originally...
That would be probably the one I would... Huh?
Originally, I was like, part of me wants to say Lion King because I've seen it like a million times, but Iron Giant really is the answer.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm going to answer this real quick, if you don't mind.
No, yeah, go ahead.
If you don't mind.
You want me to read the two that I have, and then your answer?
Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead. It'll give me a second to think on it.
So, at Pittsburgh Nerd says The Secret of Nim. So that's a fine film as well. I haven't watched that in a long time, though.
That's a fine film.
And
For
Mark...
some reason, when I was a kid, that movie freaked me out for some reason.
Yeah, it did me a little bit, too.
Yeah.
And I actually remember
Still
working at Family Video and, somebody bringing it back saying that it freaked their kid out. So
Yeah, it should happen. Something weird with that owl, man. That'll fuck you up for
right?
life.
I know. Let's see. Oh, the other one I got here was at Toledo Mark 88, which we both know.
Yeah.
And he also put Iron Giant because it's a good film.
Because he's a man of taste.
Yep. So that's what I got.
Clearly.
Those are the answers I got.
I mean, I really want to say Iron Giant too, but I don't want to hop all over them balls.
Yeah. I mean, if that's the answer, that's the answer, though. So
I feel like there's another animated movie though that I know I've watched a ton of.
yeah.
No issues watching it. It's definitely got to be a children's animated.
It just says family friendly. Is it like I stole this from I forgot who on Facebook, and so whatever you consider family friendly, I guess.
I mean, I could watch a lot of those Studio Ghibli movies. Like I could watch Howl's Moving Castle over and over again.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay, that's fair. That's a hell of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. That whole series, or not series, but the different ones that they put out are really good.
Yeah, they're all excellent movies.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Well, there's our answers for that one.
Oh, so
Show
shit.
me what you got. I like what you got. Good job.
Fat fingers strike again.
Yeah, it'll happen.
It'll happen.
Yep. Oh man. So yeah, I don't have a question for this week. So I mean,
we were kind of phasing it out. So that's perfectly acceptable.
I actually, there was something I was thinking of earlier today, and I can't remember what it was, and I was gonna use it tonight. So, because I was looking at an article the other day that was talking about like the worst cover songs ever,
right?
And wow, like there was one from, I mean, it's an old article, it's from like 2012, written by somebody at complex.com, and oh my god, did it drip with snark. It was so insufferable to read. And the thing is, it's like a lot of the covers that they picked as horrible were ones that, I mean, personally, I don't think are horrible, so whatever. But
it's just someone being too hoity-toity for the room.
Yeah, exactly. And so then I looked on Rolling Stone because they had a thing where, people sent in their least favorite covers. And it's like, like most of them are by anyone who's a pop artist of the last 10 years covering
right.
any rock and roll song.
Also, like, who did Sweet Child of Mine?
Oh, Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that.
Probably.
Yeah, it was on there. You're right. It was like a friend of mine on Facebook posted something the other day that was kind of like, like what's your least favorite cover or something like that. And, my answer to that was anyone who does Bohemian Rhapsody that isn't Freddie Mercury.
Accurate. Well, unless it's like Wayne and Garth, then I'm okay.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, it was funny because
right.
Like he started it off with like his is Whiskey in the Jar by Metallica. And
I'm not mad at that.
Did you know, and I didn't know this, did you know that's like an old Irish like folk song?
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's like I only knew of it from like Metallica, and then I was like, oh, Tin Lizzy did this. So I went back and listened to that, and that's where I thought it originated, but nope. This song is super old.
I guess I'm not terribly surprised because it's song.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. But
a bunch of like guys who can barely understand what the hell they're saying, wailing at each other with a little idly ho mixed in,
I don't think it has the idly ho in it, but otherwise,
in my mind,
yeah. All right. So since I'm asking anyway, what would yours be?
Oh, geez. You'd think I would have been thinking about this when you brought it up.
You would think so, yeah. Like, there's been a variety over the years. Like the one you mentioned already, the Sheryl Crow Sweet Child of Mine. Oh my god.
I've got some respect for Devo and stuff, but I don't like their cover of Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones.
I had forgotten about that. Oh my god, yeah.
So we'll go with that one.
That's fair. That's totally fair. I'm not a huge fan of that either.
Yeah.
So
People seem to like it though.
yeah. So all right. Well, I guess whatever. That'll be our question for the week because I'm curious. We haven't done this before, have we?
I don't know.
I know we
honest.
we went with favorite.
Yeah, I don't think we went for the worst.
All right. Well, let's go this way then. What's your least favorite cover song? You can name more than one if you want to. I'm not against that. But at least give us one of them. Because there's so many out there.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah.
It's almost silly. There's so many.
The biggest one that seems to be unanimous is Limp Bizkit, Behind These Blue Eyes.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did that.
That cover of the Who song. Oh my god. Yeah. Ugh.
So yeah, I guess what Brian said and stuff. We're gonna add this.
Show me what you got.
So yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's all I got. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I'm about spent myself.
All right. Well, head over to saltylanguage.com and do all the things you've always done there. Click the links. Look at all the sensual things.
Yeah.
Whatever else, I don't know.
Hot singles in your area.
Yeah. While you're there, you can see the networks we're part of. Speaking of hot singles, like the Tangent Bound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com, and
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment, which can be found at dangerentertainment.net. So please go check out the different shows on those networks. You're probably going to find something else that you enjoy. If you want to reach out to the show, like if you want to suggest a Q of the W to us or a topic you want us to talk about or anything like that, and then it just hit me that I asked that question earlier today and never looked to see if we got responses.
Well, that'll be for next week.
Oh, shit. I'm doing a real quick scroll just to see if there's anything super fast I can ask. Anyway, you can reach out to the show via email at saltylanguage@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony. Or, you can also find us on Instagram and Snapchat, although I really haven't been doing much Snapchat. But that's all Salty Language or Salty Language Pod.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, for some reason, if you're still there. I've been really considering deleting my Facebook.
But we can, we're Salty Language on the Facebook?
Yes, we are Salty Language on the face page.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so you can find us in all those places. And then you can find me on Instagram at Stunami if you want to. And I think I'm ninjitsu on Snapchat, but seriously, don't bother following me on Snapchat. Like, I'm never. I am rarely.
It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, I never really did use it a lot, and
that's true.
So I still do once in a while, but it's pretty rare. So there you go. All right. So those are the ways to contact us. If there's something on there we didn't mention, you can find it on saltylanguage.com. If you didn't already know, you can find us on Spotify also. If that's how you do your podcasts or want to listen to us, you can do that too. Make sure you check out my other podcast, The Crazy Life. Basically same places you can find this one. So just type in The Crazy Life. You should be able to find it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeet.
No, don't do that. Don't start.
I just did.
Damn it. All right. Well, I guess until next week, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty out there, people.
And I don't know. You want to yell yeet to end the show?
I think I'm about yeeted out of here. Oh, I guess we're yeeting out of here. Imagine if that was how Mr. Rogers in the show. He's put his shoes on and stuff. He's like, yeah, until next time, kids, yeet. Be so dumb.